Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and this video is going to have to be probably about my quickest one ever because I'm going to go watch a romantic comedy with my girlfriend. Actually, it's not really a romantic comedy. It's like a movie that's a comedy that spoofs romantic comedies. It's called Isn't It Romantic? Have you guys seen that? I don't know. It looks like it could be funny. Can't be that bad. Whatever. Anyway, there's an analyst at Forbes who is predicting Bitcoin's going to be a lot higher by the end of the year, and I'm going to show you exactly what his roadmap looks like, but it's high. And before we get going, though, if you would please delicately tap that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you don't hate me. That's a good reason, right? If you don't hate me. All right, so check this out. Here's the piece. This is from Forbes, and this came out a couple days ago, but this prediction's going out towards the end of 2020, so the fact that it's a few days old doesn't really matter. Nothing has really changed in a meaningful way in the last few days, so I think this prediction stands. But this piece from the Forbes analyst, this guy's named Clem Chambers, it's titled, "Where Will Bitcoin's Price Go Next?" All right. And it starts off, "It is much easier to predict the past than guess the future, but so far I've been extremely fortunate calling the Bitcoin BTC resurrection and blessed to have created an interesting pile of coins. However, my recent article on June 23rd was scarily accurate." And we were here, and so it's shown where the chart was as of June 23rd this year. And this is where he predicted it would go. And if you're driving, you're not going to be able to see this. But if you're looking at a screen, you can see where I'm circling right here. And to this point, time had not passed to this point in this particular graph. So that's where he predicted it. And here's where it actually landed. And you can see where I'm circling this right now. And so, true enough, he was not too terribly far off. So kudos to Clem for getting that right. And he proceeds. "So, what you and I want to know is, what next? I can't keep being right. It doesn't matter how much I polish my crystal balls, being this right is an unnatural state in any market, even one as inefficient and naive as Bitcoin. However, this is the game we play, and we play it with material amounts of money. I did a forward many years ago to a reprint of an investment classic called How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market by Nicholas Darvis. His system to ride bubbling stocks was to put a box around temporary price equilibrium points in the market action to indicate a continuation of rally or its end. He didn't think of it like that, but that's what he was doing. Without predicting what happens next, this is the way to judge what is happening. But while it is at the equilibrium, it doesn't tell the direction of the next move until that move is underway." All right, and so it proceeds on for a bit, and I'm about to show you the graphic and numerically what this means, because this guy, he graphically drew what his prediction is at this point for Bitcoin. He didn't put the number on it, but when you look on the chart, you can see what the high point is, and so I can roughly estimate that. So let me read through it, and I'll tell you what it is here. But it goes, so we want to have a look at the setup. Okay, "I want to talk about the Trump-Iran/China catalyst, but what do I know of the insides of those situations? Bitcoin's price moves tell me more about that than I can read in the media. Bitcoin price action will happen well before the news that drove it meets the media. That was, is, and will always be the case in markets. So what I see is a replay of 2017, itself an archetypal market parabolic. That replay looks to be on a magnified scale, which suggests huge highs. Normally that projection would prove the ceiling was already reached, as it would be incredible for most assets to be able to rise that far. Yet for Bitcoin, this is not a limitation. Here is a possibility I see. This may as well be my primitive roadmap." And so this is what I was talking about here. And so this is his best prediction for where Bitcoin is going by the end of 2020. And so if you look right here, basically the best I can estimate when where he topped this thing off, it looks like it's $27,000 per Bitcoin. It's substantially higher. You can see right here, this is what actually happened where I'm circling now, and that was just shy of 20,000, the all-time high for Bitcoin in December of 2017. So you can look at how much substantially higher it is. So yeah, it's probably, he's estimating somewhere in the neighborhood of about $27,000. And hey, he's a Forbes analyst, so I'm assuming he's not a complete idiot. So let's track this too. I'm tracking a bunch of different predictions out here. I love following this stuff. It's a lot of fun here. And And so, and then he closed out the article this way. This is not meant to be a tick-by-tick prediction. The chart is just a crude sketch of how this move could unwind if Bitcoin price breaks up from the current equilibrium point with its Looney Tunes volatility. And that's a fair point. So he's not literally saying that each breakdown, each moment, day by day within this graph that he drew is literally how it's going to pan out. But he's saying this is where Bitcoin is going. And so he does see the top where it ends up. He just doesn't know explicitly where the volatility is going to occur exactly on a day-by-day, week-by-week, month-by-month basis, not to a T anyway, but his point's taken. So, and this is the same type of, this is the same way in which he was making predictions about where Bitcoin was going when he made that prediction on June 23rd, which did come true again. He's using the same means to put this out without putting the dollar amount out there, but although he's not writing the dollar amount, he is giving the dollar amount. So that's what it is. So anyway, I just want to share that with you. And I'm always thinking about what that means for XRP because I'm a mega XRP guy, mega XRP bull. And so I will say again, for those of you that haven't heard me say this, I do say it somewhat frequently, but I know not everybody watches all of my videos. But in terms of price action for XRP, what does this mean? Well, look, XRP doesn't move in tandem with Bitcoin to a T, so I'll say this. I'm not going to make predictions because I don't make predictions, but I will not be surprised if we see XRP price movement towards the very end of 2019, if this is accurate. He's not the first to propose something like this happening, by the way. Novogratz says that he thinks he's Bitcoin getting to about 20,000 by the end of the year himself. So these two people agree, Novogratz and this Clem guy. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is accurate, if XRP gets to close to its all-time high by the end of this year or early next year. But if the predictions, frankly, of Bitcoin are this far off, expect the movement for XRP to be just as uncertain at that point. I almost want to think that you need Bitcoin to lead the market really before XRP does its next parabolic move. But I do believe that parabolic move is coming. It's just a matter of time. And I base that primarily on fundamentals. So we'll see when it happens. I don't know. I just thought I'd share this with you because I like this kind of content. It's fun. But feel free to drop a comment below. Where do you think Bitcoin and XRP price is going to be by the end of 2018 or shortly thereafter? I'm happy to hear from you. But I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea.